As you know, emotions continue to soar following George Zimmerman's not guilty verdict.
More protests broke out overnight in California. Today in Houston, protesters were contained by police officers on horseback. All this as we're learning that at one point the jury was split on their decision. Mike Canine standing by at our newsroom with the latest, including a new request from Reverend Al Sharpton. Mike?
Yes, Leon and Allison, George Zimmerman is a free man tonight, but he and his parents remain in hiding, fearing for their safety. Meanwhile, public opinion is still swirling about Zimmerman's acquittal, but civil rights activists are vowing to get justice for the shooting death of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin.
We have called for a national justice for Trayvon Day.
With a national vigil Saturday, the Reverend Al Sharpton and his National Action Network are demanding federal civil rights charges against George Zimmerman and the repeal of Florida's Stand Your Ground self-defense law.
People all over the country will gather to show that we are not having a 2 or 3 day anger fit. This is a social movement for justice.
Even as these ministers vow to fight on, they're urging peaceful demonstrations after episodes of violence and vandalism in LA and Oakland.
We don't want this to be translated into something that is inappropriate, unproductive, and ungodly.
The verdict has been rendered, but just because the verdict has been rendered does not mean that we have to be silenced.
Many Americans seem to accept the Zimmerman not guilty verdict, whether they like it or not.
I mean, we should just move on. We can't do anything about it.
Whatever the jury did, they made a good decision. I completely agree with him 100%. It was not biased.
But many others see this as an important moment where race and gun violence must be addressed.
Our kids are dying. Chicago, Detroit, Washington, D.C.
I think a lot of folks need to think about their own racial prejudices.
I think it's an opportunity for a broader conversation.
Sharpton says Florida will be ground zero for the fight over Stand Your Ground, but he also plans to challenge similar laws in 24 other states. His National Action Network says 100 cities will hold vigils on Saturday. In D.C., participants will gather at noon outside the U.S. District Court on Constitution Avenue. Reporting live in the newsroom, Mike Canine, ABC 7 News.